Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is episode 1 of a new series that I'm putting out there called Runner Stories. And in this series, I'm hoping to bring you lots of different stories from the running community. Episode 1 is Keith's story. So here we go.
The reason why I run is because to me it's a form of freedom, because it's all about you, yourself, the energy you have inside you, feeling free, how can I put it? When you have a disability, there's things that are much more difficult to do. Like I can't just go out and run on my own. But when I have a guide runner, the tether's very light. I can just feel like I'm running free of everything. It's an amazing feeling. And we eat food, we have all this energy inside us. If we don't use it, you feel sluggish, you feel kind of trapped. And when you run, you feel absolute opposites of that. You feel free, you feel like you're letting that energy out. And I love being able to push myself to the very limit. Right, so I'm Keith, and I've run for about 21 years now. And I've always loved running at school. But, you know, when you leave school, kind of sport goes a bit funny anyway. And because I lost all my sight, I thought that's it, running's done. In the local area, there was a few blind runners and stuff, but not that many then. So it wasn't so difficult finding guide runners. But now we've expanded, a lot more people, the word's got around, and I encourage people, my friends encourage people to run when they're visually impaired. So we need a lot more guide runners. So I think it was Pete, and we came up with the idea, Paul, of having a WhatsApp group. So we just put the word out that we need a guide runner, and someone will pop up and say, yeah, I can do that Saturday, or I can run with you in the week, and it's amazing. So then no one feels pressured then, and we don't feel like we're pressuring anyone. So I think it's lovely that way. The difficulties, I think, with people who can see when they're around blind runners or visually impaired runners, sometimes many people wear headphones, and I can understand why they do, because music is a real good motivator. The trouble is they can't hear a blind runner coming up behind with a guide. So I think if people could be aware of that, or take, when they're doing an event like Parkrun, maybe run with one headphone out, or have bone conducting headphones. That would be useful, because they can't hear you, and my guides sometimes because they can't hear us, I have to just gently tap them on the shoulder to say, oh, we're coming past, we need to get through. So that's tricky. And the other thing is just runners that go past you and cut straight in front, and that you just end up almost falling over or catching their heels and tripping. And I never want to get in front of anyone either and trip them up. So as a blind runner, I'm very careful when I can hear runners beside me. I'm very aware. But I think sometimes when you're in the running zone and when you've got headphones on, you get in the zone and you're not aware of people around you. But for blind runners, it can be quite dangerous if you're not aware. Whenever I went to Parkrun, it'd always be when I'm feeling my fittest, or I was up for a PB or something, or thought I was. And then I broke that taboo a little while ago, thinking, no, I just want to be down there with my friends running, because the Parkrun is amazing and there's so many lovely people. And I want to be there. I want to be part of that more often than just picking a time out when I'm going to race it. So my goals for this year is to carry on with that approach, that I just go whether I'm really fit or not really fit. But my goals this year are, mainly to keep running, try and get down to where I used to be, because we all want to do that. But also it's likely, not completely, in September, I'm going to, with Jim, who is on this thing, he's my guide runner that I've run for many years with, and we're going to do the Great North. We've done it 3 times, but this time I'm hoping to do the Great North completely not tethered, so what we call free running. So I'm not tethered at all, and I can't see anything, so I have to really concentrate. But I want to do a half marathon without being tethered at all, and because it's such an amazing feeling. Well, at the beginning of the Great North Run, we're actually in the pen with the elite runners, which is amazing. So there was Mo Farah. Last time I did it, I think it was the time before. No, it was Mo Farah last time. He was there getting ready to go off, because we go off 20 minutes before the main race, so we can have all the space. That's why it's such a good thing for free running. First time I was running next to, for a fraction of a second, Haile Selassie, as he came past us. Such an amazing runner. Mo Farah, and I'm trying to think, because I'm not very good with the names of some of these runs. So for a split second, we were almost shoulder to shoulder. And one time I was off the tether, and I said to Jim, quickly put me on the tether, because I don't want to knock him over or anything. So it was amazing to run back to next to elite runners like that. So I can say for a while, I was ahead of Haile Selassie and Mo Farah, but only because I went 20 minutes off before. In the world as a whole, being disabled used to be something that people would decide that you couldn't do something for you. And that's the world we used to live in, and that still happens sometimes, rather than asking you what you want to do and facilitating you. But that is the way the world is better now, that people don't decide on your behalf that you can't do something. They actually say, what would you like to do? And like Parkrun, like all these events now, they facilitate you. They make adjustments so people like wheelchair racing, like the Paralympics. It's amazing now. And it's a true sport where people excel. They've got disabilities, but within their disability group, they excel and they can push themselves. And that's like you running a mainstream event and pushing yourself. It's being part of it and not being left out. That's what's so important.